you wrote a book first, which...
Short story first.
I did not know that, because I was...
So I wrote a short story after I experienced this. And then I wrote, then I forgot about it. Because it just didn't make sense. With my career, I have so much of commitment.
Well, yeah, because you're an amazing, world-renowned chef.
It's also, with that comes the package.
Yeah.
That you're under a microscope. You just can't be opening a restaurant which is not up to the standard and you can't control it, the ingredients, the supply chain and chef's training. We went back to that. But in 2013, the change happened in India. When I saw these women who were totally invisible to the country, I saw them color being splashed. What was stolen from them, it was being returned. And I felt, and everybody told me this movie is not for Americans because they will not have a concept of this is too foreign to them. And I'm like...
I don't think so at all. I think it's very universal themes in it.
And then I said, color is symbolic to America right now. America needs color. And everybody said, oh my God, you're making such a political statement then. I'm like, you know what? Anywhere I swing, it is going to be wrong to some people.
Absolutely.
So some people are going to be obsessed that why would I use a transgender for the character of transgender when America doesn't accept it? Everybody's going to dress up and do it. It's not progress so much. I said, listen, I have very low stakes in the movie. People will maximum write a bad review who will not be able to accept this. Or they will say, you know what, fantastic, he's not from the industry, let's forgive him. And it's hard making a movie.
Oh yeah.
Because you are judged by each and every person.
Probably I'm sure it's hard running a Michelin-star restaurant.
No, I'm telling you. See, if you complain in a restaurant, I have the power to make the new dish or to refund you, which we do all nights, right? So you don't like the dish. So Jennifer is complaining table number 42. Okay, comp the check.
I'm not complaining about
Send the new dish. We can do that?
Yeah.
What do you do in a movie?
You're right, because it's done, it's done.
It's done. It's like, it's pasted, it's sealed, you have your own opinion now. You see it in your own. Because that day what you're going through, I can't control it. You're in a dark room. In the restaurant, we see you.
You're right. I love that you wrote such an authentic story about two female protagonists, and which men sometimes aren't very good at it, but you captured it so well. Like I watched it before I even read about who directed or anything, because I just like to watch it blind. And in my mind, I thought this had to come from a woman because it's somebody that really understands the struggle.
I had women in my family who went through the same thing, and I was raised by women who taught me how to cook. So I understood that the certain level of women to women is extremely hard and dangerous. It's extremely condescending, the way they pull each other down. At the same time, when they want to empower each other, it's the greatest. When a mother wants to empower the daughter, that is when the country changes. And she wants the daughter to be educated because she was uneducated, so she did not know the way out. She'd never traveled outside the city. I
love the dynamic between Noor, who's the widow, who is amazing, and then the
little girl.
Great. And then the young girl. She's amazing. Where did you find her?
Chhoti.
Chhoti, yeah. She's incredible.
She was gifted to us. She wins your heart in the first scene.
I know. She's incredible.
Like, oh my God, this girl.
This was her first acting role?
She's never seen camera before.
You found.
And when she came on the set, she freaked out that why there's so many people. Because I used to train herself one-on-one.
Yeah.
With all these people, she couldn't perform. And then she had to be fed a lot of apple pies, and she learned how to walk on the rope for the movie.
Are you serious? So that was really I was going to ask you about that.
It's unbelievable.
That was really her.
Yeah, but she had safety belts.
Oh yeah, but still,
for a child, it's like just thinking that on the rooftop. But we shot that last sequence in over 5 days because it was very difficult coordination of getting the woman right under the thing and exact the color falls, and to make believe people that that boy also gets the strength from somewhere to hold it tight and not to let her fall.
And he told her he would always protect her.
I know, oh my God, you saw it so well.
Oh, yes, of course. Like in the beginning, that was like one of the, he was like, yeah, he did. And I love all the different, there's so many, I mean, amazing themes, but I feel just the bond between two people that you would not expect, that are in opposite.
Totally marginalized.
Yes, both totally marginalized, and because of that, they do bond. What do they call the children? Like undesirables or
untouchables?
Yeah, which is, and they treat him like Wilson, like she compares herself to the stray dog.
Oh my God, that, I asked a little child, what's her name? And she just gave me a stupid name. How can that be a name? He's saying street dogs. Stray dogs don't have name because people constantly keep comparing them to stray dogs and start thinking we are them. We don't need to have name or identity.
I know, that was heartbreaking when
it was hard, and she can't take it because she walks away. She's like, oh my God. She compared herself to a stray dog, saying that they don't have any names.
So why should I have a proper name? Yeah.
And in the end, she takes her name.
I know. It's just so beautiful. And I love the themes of color in the film because the widows are supposed to just wear white, just eat rice. Visually, it's beautiful because even when she takes the nail polish and she takes her... And then at the end, I love that. So visually, it's beautiful, and just symbolically, too. Just like you're taking away everything from these women. Like they can't have any color in their life.
And someone steals a color, a nail polish, and puts it.
I love that, and puts it on.
And returns it to her. I just think it. And she says, oh my God, the nail is looking so beautiful on you. And then she begins to dance because dancing is also an expression of freedom.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she says, no, you have to show me how you used to dance. When I was writing the scene, I think when I was writing the last scene, I was crying. That was the first time I cried. It moved me because I saw my aunts, my grandma, my neighbors never to be part of any festivity, no weddings, never touching the child, no festivals. I felt that I'm splashing color on them.
Oh, I love that. I wanted to ask you really fast too about the river.
Reincarnation.
Because there's so many elements of the river, and it's so reincarnation. Yeah, because
the river is an equalizer, and that river is such high reverence. So even the cops are trying to throw her that we'll just tell her that the reporter that she died while jumping, but the river saves her. In the book I write, as the cop. His name is Dilip. As the cop throws her, holding the tightrope, as she was tied on the hands, throws her into the river starts breathing in her.
Oh my God.
Mother is giving her breath to the daughter and saying that I cannot let you fail.
I love that.
And as she's there for 30 minutes, the river is breathing in her. I just love that line.
I love that. That's beautiful.
The river is breathing into her. I just love it.
It is. It's like
giving a breath to her.
One thing they try to destroy her with.
And he says, don't touch her. One police officer says, she's blessed by that river, supreme. Everyone will be turned to ashes. Don't do that. He's saying, oh, don't interfere because the journalist is going to kill us.
Oh, yeah.
So put her in the men's cell.
Like that. And it shows the power of a person.
Yeah. It shows that when you encourage, empower, educate, guide these girls, you can make them into... That's when the new reform happens in the country.
Absolutely.
If the daughters are educated. Yeah. If a whole sect of girls are uneducated, that is a bad cycle because they're not encouraging education in their daughters when they're mothers.
Yeah, I mean the fact that you talked about in the film, like not being able to read and that being... You take away reading... You take away language from somebody, it's a very oppressive thing.
My grandfather, he was this is pre-partition, so he only wrote Urdu. Oh. That's a language extended language of Arabic. And he left a book for me of poetry.
So where it really came from?
That's how I did it. And I can't read it. But it's the most prized thing in my life I have. But I know which poem is where because I saw him sitting in the winter sun outside and reading it to me.
That was one part that I absolutely loved too in the film, that she kept this poetry book from her grandfather. She couldn't read, but that was her most treasured possession.
And she hides it under the holy plant.
Yeah.
But you know the scene when they go to eat samosa? I'm telling you a secret. Huh. When they get thrown out of the restaurant?
Yeah.
That is inspired by my life in New York.
Are you serious?
So post 9/11, I was working in a place.
I lived in New York.
So I was working in Tribeca. Yeah. So I go to this very highly acclaimed restaurant for dinner. And because I just made good money and I was trying to get my admission to NYU, it was not confirmed yet. So I just wanted to celebrate. It'd been a few months, never gone out because I used to work across the street from Twin Towers. So the hostess came and told me, saying, you'll have to leave. I said, why? He's saying, because the women back there are feeling uncomfortable around here. I said, I'm just sitting in a corner.
Yeah, what are you?
And she said, I'm so sorry, sir. Otherwise they're going to call the cops because they're seeing a brown guy sitting alone. It's making them uncomfortable.
Disgusting, but I remember.
You remember the shift, what was happening?
Oh, yes. I had a friend who was Indian, and because people see a different color skin, she was harassed continuously. They're like, oh, you did the bombings, you're part of assault.
And they said that you'll have to leave. I'm like,
yeah, that's off.
Leave? Leave? You think, yeah, you have to leave the restaurant. Otherwise you're going to call the cops.
I'm glad you brought that up because I don't think people realize after 9/11 in New York and other places.
New York defines what is liberalism.
Yep. It was.
Even the most liberal get distracted when it's a challenge like that they have to face in life. But New York was a tough day. That day was tough for me.
I'm sure.
And for that day, I realized whatever I do, I will never be equal. I'm not in the table. I'm not invited. I'm okay as long as I'm not seen.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not seen, I'm back in the kitchen cooking or washing dishes or doing deliveries. They're okay. Sitting on the table now is going to be an issue. But one thing is great. The New York moves fast, too fast. They move really fast.
It does.
So I saw the change happening in 2002. Everything was
but right after I remember that climate and being like, what the hell is wrong
my God! I'm walking in Queens and this guy's like, you are a bomber. Because I look very.
They're just, oh my gosh. So
it was difficult. But you said, you know what? They're going through a phase.
Yeah.
There's certain insecurity which they're not understanding right now.
And it's complete ignorance. It's complete ignorance. I mean.
But we saw that change, and that's why the scene of samosa that didn't come from India.
Well, it's not a movie that you could just watch in the background. I would never. It's a movie you should pay attention to, and I think it's a movie that grasps onto you early on. But thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
You are so amazing and such a beautiful film, and I'm so glad you made it.
Thank you. It was for people like you.
Thank you.
To be inspired of change.
Yeah.
Because you have the voice.
It's true, and it is an inspiring film.
Thank you.